Happening today, guys? Hey, have a very interesting subject today. A lot of people talk about subrogation, but nobody really has a lot of answers. So today I'm offering a couple of CDs about subrogation. Very well put together, super good explanations. Audios that walk you through everything, basically a step-by-step thing. Now, what subrogation really is, and I think people get confused. They think they can just walk in there and say subrogation and the court's going to do whatever they wish. Well, you have to do your homework, and this is a very good place to start because this has a lot of answers, if not all the answers. And this can be done basically on any computer. You insert the disc and you go step by step and you read and you listen to the audios and you take notes, the normal way to research things, but this has all the goodies. So let me give you a little idea about the subrogation. I'm going to read this to you, okay? In its simplest terms, subrogation is a natural act where the administrator of an organization, a flesh and blood man, or an administrator of fiction. In other words, if you're not responsible enough to understand you're a flesh and blood man or woman, then they take over and administrate the body. And they do it to you because you don't have any skills and you didn't do any research, okay? To settle all charges against the organization, he has assumed charges of, whether assumed by nature or law, by passing the charges to the obligor, the person whom has promised to discharge the charges. And that's why you get in trouble. And a lot of people, their method of operation is throw everything against the wall to see what sticks. Now that's not the proper way to do it. Now if you study everything and you understand what you're doing and you do a basic simple thing that settles the matter instead of making it snowball. Now for the last 40 years that I've been involved in stuff like this, everybody wants to snowball. They want to make it worse and worse and worse, and they don't show up for court. Next thing you know, they got another charge, for failure to appear, and then they do something else stupid, and they got another charge, and that's snowballing. That shouldn't be done. You should think, and you should get things to the beginning of the case. It should be solved, not trying to solve it at the end of the case. Now, in all of my studies, I really come to understand that approximately 30% through the court case, or the third inning of the 9-inning football game, because that's what it is, it's a game, they're going to put in GSA bonds and they're going to monetize the case. And almost anything you do is not going to cause you to win. It's going to cause you to look worse and worse and worse, like you don't know what you're doing, because you don't know what you're doing. Start from the beginning. Understand this before you get in trouble. I don't want to deal with anything at the end of the case anymore. They've put in everything they possibly can put in, stuff that everybody tells them to do instead of them getting educated and understanding what they should do. Okay? The second part of this, we're going to make it even simpler for you to understand, okay? Through the process of conventional subrogation, you as the executor. Now I've been teaching the executor stuff since I started on YouTube over 4 years ago. Simple, basic, be the executor or the executrix and settle the matter. Okay? You can't just pick it up one day and say, okay, this is exactly what I'm going to do. You never did any study, you never did any research, and that's what this is about, okay? So through the process of conventional subrogation, you as the executor or the executrix, organization becomes the holder, administrator of the charging instrument. you would be called the subrogee. You as executor and administrator can then impose your will. This allows the subrogee to be able to do these things. Use the charging instrument itself as a commercial paper to discharge the charges through the United States, who is the grantor. Forgive the charging instruments, rendering the charges void. Did you get that? Rendering the charges void. So why does everybody want to do these complicated things? It makes no sense. Okay? Number 3, settle the charges using negotiable instrument as executor and cash the charging instrument for the benefit of the estate that they've charged you under. The court enforcement to seal your estate records, effectively conveying the records to private executorship and not under probate. Listen, people, every office in the courthouse is probate. Yes, they're probating you, they're probating the land, they're probating the children, they're probating the cases, they're probating everything. That's your estate. You know, yes, they're tricking everyone, yes, but you should understand. Go and check this out. You know, for a reasonable donation here, you can get these CDs and I get them out to you the same day. Okay? Now, understand that, you know, if the things that it's possible for you to do, you know, and if you fail to invoke your absolute right of subrogation by simply invoking it and prosecuting the settlement as the true creditor, so you're going to be the creditor, okay? And then by subrogation, accept the knowledge that you are willing and able to administrate the organization at law. Then demonstrate the capacity by prosecuting the settlement by discharge and the charges at law. You're going to make this all go away. You know, it ends up being a nightmare. And I talk to a lot of people that it's a nightmare because they didn't understand when they got involved. It's a terrible thing because the court speaks a language and they make it up as they go sometimes. But subrogation and the information on these CDs can get you seriously far ahead. It can, you know, and this is not for criminals. This is for people of sound mind, people that want to do the right thing, people that want to get educated, and the people that want to have standing and they want to be able to go in there and whip their ass. Because with this information, this is how awesome this is. This is so good that they can't make you do anything. You do what you have to do for subrogation, and you listen to this stuff, and you look at the documents and the actual tips and documents that are associated with subrogation, and it's all in here. Yes, it can be used in any computer. If you don't have a drive, just buy a drive at Staples or Office Max or Best Buy and plug it in. It's like $30 for that drive, the people that don't have a drive in their computer. It's such good stuff. I'm offering this for a donation today. I believe in this so much that I'm going to give a discount for this and get this out there so people can get some get back. You know, that's what it's about, is not looking foolish, not looking stupid when you go in there, you know. And hopefully you don't have a court case, and if something does happen, and it's liable to happen, you know, the system can have their way with you. They do it with people every day in every county in this country. You know, start getting educated, and this is the power. Take back the power. Get your power established. Understand what you're doing. It's all on the CDs. Just give me a call and I'll get them out to you. We'll talk to you soon.